everybody, it's Fern. Welcome back to another vlog. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a hot freaking minute since I have been on the vlog. It actually feels so nice to be sitting down and filming today. I just finished filming a video for my main channel as well. I was saying at the end of my last vlog that I posted on here that I was starting to feel unwell and I was hoping that I wasn't going to get sick, and I did. I got a freaking horrendous head cold, like congestion, sinus, burning, pain. My freaking eyes were swollen. Like, it was awful for the past, it's been a full week now, or like 8 days or something. And I'm starting to feel better, obviously, and I'm just trying to get my life back together now because obviously I was not planning on spending a week being sick. Didn't really do much of anything. I was pretty much couch bound. I also was not doing well mentally, like, at all. And that's something that tends to happen to me. Like, I feel like the depression tends to come creeping in when, one, I have a major disruption to my routine, such as traveling, which I did, and then I came home. And two, when I get sick, or when I'm like, dealing with any like health thing or whatever, that can really send me into a spiral. And it freaking did. I just felt so like, I don't know. I was just, after getting home, I was just itching to get back into my groove, and then getting sick, I was just so. And I kept thinking, like, well, at first I was like, oh, I'm maybe going to be unwell for like a day or two and then I'll be fine. But I kept waking up every morning and just being like worse. And I was like, are you joking me? Like, this is actually unwell. So I was just really frustrated and not feeling great. Also, it's October, which I want to be able to enjoy the month of October. Not only that, I just have so much to that I wanted to get done this month, like garden cleanup stuff and just, stuff that I wasn't able to do when I was sick. So I was just feeling like overwhelmed and like I was falling behind, but I'm starting to feel better now. I'm getting my life back together and getting back on the filming train and everything. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But yeah, we're back. Thank goodness. So I don't even know what I'm going to call this vlog. I'm probably going to call it a weekend vlog, even though I'm literally starting this on a Sunday night. I'm probably going to be vlogging tonight, Monday, and Tuesday. So it's just going to be like a few days. But I feel like I have lots to chat about, even though I've just been doing nothing basically the past week. I feel like I have a lot of just like random updates. And yeah, we're going to try to just make the best of things. The first thing that I kind of got up to when I was feeling unwell was I worked on some of my garden planning for the, I guess, fall, winter, spring, what I want to get done. So I went into my little like garden planning website thing that I use, and I kind of updated the beds that they reflect what's out there right now. I planned out where I'm going to plant this is going to be my garlic bed right there. It's so cute. I need to get my garlic in within the next couple of weeks here. So yeah, I got things to do. I also planned out, this is going to be a new bed down here to kind of cap off the end of the garden that's closest to the house here. There's 2 new garden beds that I want to get, so I'm hopefully going to be ordering those sometime between now and the spring and having them ready to go. I actually needed a total of 4 more garden beds, but they're very expensive, so I've just been like gradually, some of them are sent to me, which I'm very, very grateful for, in the spring, and then I purchased one in the summer, and I'm planning to purchase 4 more to complete my garden area. But yeah, raised garden beds are not cheap. They're definitely an investment, but they're obviously going to last me for years and years to come. And I also made kind of a list, like a breakdown of, you probably can't see because it's just written in pencil along the side, but like a breakdown of like a rough guide of what I want to do each month to kind of have me on track for the spring. So I'm feeling somewhat prepared for that. The one thing that I'm just like I'm having a hard time coming up with like I guess I just need to do more research because it's hard for me to understand, but I really want to install drip irrigation for all of the beds. So I need to order everything for that and like figure out how to set it up. I'm probably going to get my boyfriend to help me figure that out because I don't know anything about that. And I did watch some videos, but I'm still kind of confused by all the components and how it all works. So I need to do some more research on that, but that's going to be like a big task for that'll happen in the spring because obviously the water is not going to be in commission over the winter. Anyways, random garden update, but the garden is still a hot mess, which is fine. The birds have actually been out there eating my dead sunflowers, like eating the sunflower seeds from them, so that's been really nice. And my family of quail was here last week, one of the days that I was sick, and it just makes me so happy every time I see them. So that was really nice to have them back in the yard. But yeah, it's actually been stunning weather lately as well. Lots of sunshine, and yeah, it's been really, really nice. And I feel like that actually helped to keep my spirits up. Like, even though my spirits were not up, it did help having nice sunshine and everything while I was feeling unwell. And I was still walking every day. That was like, sometimes that was like all I did on some of the days. Like, I just went for a walk and I was like, okay, that's like all that I have energy for today. I'm just gonna like rot on the couch for the rest of the day. Oh, I also painted my nails with one of the another one of the shades from the Fallen collection from Mooncat that I unboxed in the last vlog, and this is Nocturne, and I am obsessed. It's a magnetic. It's so pretty. So yeah, I am very, very excited about this and excited to try out more of the shades. I've had this on for a few days now. I'm probably going to change it out within the next couple of days because I'm just so keen to redo them and try a new color. But yeah, I love it. And Mooncat announced that they are coming out with another new collection. When is it coming out? I think October 18th. And I am so freaking excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, we are being spoiled with all of these just incredible new shades, so I cannot wait for that. I'll definitely be doing an unboxing for y'all, of course. Oh, also, oh my gosh, maybe we can do that within the next few days. I totally forgot. So I ordered like nail polish organizing little shelves that I need to screw onto my wall. They arrived. They're sitting on my kitchen counter right now. I really want to install those. Maybe tomorrow we can do that. I need some supplies that are downstairs I don't think that's going to be a tonight thing. Tonight I'm thinking I want to make some cinnamon buns, not from scratch. I have frozen cinnamon buns that I want to pop in the oven and bake. And I also want to unbox my book of the month box, and I ordered a book from Amazon with a gift card that I had that arrived that I've saved to open with you as well. And what else are we going to do tonight? I need to put my bed back together, and I'm thinking that I also want to tidy up not even tidy up, like I need to like fix my freaking desk. It is such a disaster. It needs a full clean. It's just been accumulating things. I haven't sat at my desk I haven't even had my iMac. I was working on my iMac in the office. I moved it into there 10 days ago and was working on it, and I brought it back to my desk and I just haven't plugged it in because I literally haven't been doing any editing or anything I've done on my computer, the garden thing and stuff. I just did on my laptop. But yeah, just my life feels chaotic. I need to get my desk put back together. I have videos to edit now. We're back, we're doing it. So yeah, maybe I will, what should I do first? Let's do the cinnamon buns because that sounds nice. And then let's maybe do the unboxing, and then let's do the desk cleaning I need to kind of just put the whole bedroom back together. I have my sheets in the dryer right now, and laundry to put away. Yeah, there's stuff that needs to be done. So, yeah, okay, let's do the cinnamon buns. Okay, so these are the cinnamon rolls that I got. I ordered groceries from Spud last yeah, sometime last week. I have not cooked anything all freaking week, but I ordered these cinnamon rolls in my order. I had been looking at these on Spud before because I've been ordering groceries from them online for, I don't know, I think I started to in the summer, and I have kind of every once in a while since then. And I saw that they had these vegan cinnamon rolls, but they were expensive, so I just didn't end up ordering them. But when I ordered groceries last week, they were on sale, 25% off. So I was like, you know what? I am going to try them out. So, let's cook them up. Wow, these scissors are bad. They need to be sharpened. We also need to take our kitchen knives in to be sharpened. We like to do it once a year, and they're due. Ooh, I'm so excited. They also come with icing. So, oh yeah, duh, I should probably preheat this. Oh shoot. Defrost at room temperature for 1 hour. Okay, so I've got to let them defrost first. Shoot. That's okay. I knew that too. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Okay, well, I'm gonna set a timer for 1 hour and we'll let these defrost. While that's defrosting, let's do our unboxings and start on the bedroom stuff. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to open these. I forget what books I ordered. I always forget from the time that I place my order to when it actually arrives. Okay, let's just start with the Amazon package. There's just one book in here that I have been wanting for a while. It is Salt Slow by Julia Armfield, who is the author of Our Wives Under the Sea, which has been my favorite book that I've read so far in 2024. So this is actually a short story collection, and this has been on my radar for a while. Ever since I finished Our Wives Under the Sea, I obviously was looking into her other works and saw this, so it's been on my radar since then. She's also coming out with a new novel in December, I believe, so very exciting. This kind of came to front of mind for me recently because I was watching a video that was talking about books that kind of have a similar vibe to The Substance, the movie. And I saw The Substance a couple of weeks ago, loved it. And they mentioned this one, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's right. I still have to freaking read this short story collection. So yeah, really, really excited to have this. The back says, blending elements of horror, science fiction, mythology, and feminism, Salt Slow is an utterly original collection of short stories that is sure to dazzle and shock, heralding the arrival of a daring new voice. As urban dwellers' sleeps become dissociated from them, like Peter Pan's shadow, a city turns insomniac. A teenager entering puberty finds her body transforming in ways very different from her classmates. As a popular band gathers momentum, the fangirls following their tour turn into something monstrous. After their parents remarry, two stepsisters, one a girl and one a wolf, develop a dangerously close bond. And in an apocalyptic landscape, a pregnant woman begins to realize that the creature in her belly is not what she expected. Sounds so good. I have high hopes for this, and I honestly love a short story collection. I feel like I don't read many of them, which I don't know why, because whenever I do read a short story collection, I feel like I really enjoy it's nice to just be able to like read one of the stories before bed, you know? So yeah, I'm excited about that one. I just love her writing so much. And then, of course, we have my Book of the Month box. I didn't have a Book of the Month unboxing for September because I ended up skipping September because, I don't know, I just wasn't really buying books in September. I already have so many physical books. I also kind of knew that I was going to probably get a full box. Let me lift this up a little bit. I'm like slouched over. I knew that I was probably going to get a full box in October just because, I don't know, October just feels like a treat yourself month to me because I just love October and spooky time so much. So I kind of, you know, was hoping that they'd come out with some like creepy books, like maybe horror, and yeah. So Needless to say, I got another 5-book box for October. So let's just crack right into it. And I think it is, from what I remember, a very kind of like spooky season curated box that I put together. So I cannot wait. There is the first book on top, a horror. Okay, so the first book is Dearest by Jackie Walters. I love this cover so much, like the colors and everything. It is just stunning. This isn't actually the best lighting. We are being lit by the grow lights from my IKEA greenhouse cabinet. That's also what you are mounted onto with the magnet. Anyways, Dearest, this book I actually saw in stores before I placed my book of the month, and it caught my eye in the store. It was in like a horror display, like a new release horror display, I think. I read the synopsis and I wasn't really sure if it was a horror book that I was wanting to pick up and read. And then when I saw that it was a main pick for October for book of the month, I kind of looked at more reviews and just kind of, I think it was the only main pick that was horror, and yeah, just because it was horror, obviously it piqued my interest and I was considering it to be my main pick for October, which obviously I ended up choosing it. But the reason that I hesitate sometimes with horror, and I find that this is like a popular subgenre, is like motherhood horror, and I don't really know how I feel about that. I'm not a mother, obviously, but I mean, maybe it's even better for someone who's not a mother. Like maybe that'd be too much if you are a mother to read. I don't know. The little like mini blurb in here says, a new mom in need of help opens the door to her long estranged mother, only to invite something much darker inside. So I think this is like stressed out new mom vibes, and then there's also exploring the relationship with her mother as well. It actually does sound quite creepy, so I'm intrigued, I'm curious. I don't know, for some reason, like as a child-free person, I can be put off by books that are focused on motherhood. Like, I don't know. Let me know if anyone else feels the same way. I did see some of the reviews saying that this just talks a lot about breastfeeding. Like someone, and I'm sure they're exaggerating, but they're like, oh, a third of this book is literally just talking about breastfeeding. And I was kind of like, that's not really the vibe that I'm hoping for it, but we'll see. I'm gonna give it a chance. Oh my gosh. This is even prettier in person. Okay, I'm so excited about this one. This cover is phenomenal. This is The Bog Wife by Kay Chronister, and oh my gosh, this cover with the woman and the freaking nepenthes. I didn't even notice that there's freaking nepenthes on the cover. That is so cool. This is our carnivorous pitcher plant. If you're not a plant person, that is so sick. And look at the spine. It like wraps around, and then they're on the back. Like, this is so nice. And the letters are like, they're not foiled, but it's like shiny. I don't know, this lighting probably won't show the reflect. Oh, maybe there a little bit. This is so nice. What the heck? Oh man, I am so stoked about this one. So this was not one of the main picks for book of the month, but it was an add-on. So when I saw that they had this, I was like, immediately yes. The little blurb says, in this atmospheric Appalachian Gothic, the Hadsley siblings of West Virginia unearth long-buried secrets when the supernatural bargain entwining their fate with their ancestral land is suddenly ruptured. So I think it's like this family, I think it's like a cranberry bog or something that they have. Yeah, cranberry bog, which is so random because when I was flying, when we were taking off on one of our flights, when we were going to the East Coast, I was overhearing somebody sitting in the row behind me looking down at, I think we were flying out of Vancouver, and they were looking down and saying like, oh, look, this is such a cool view of the cranberry bogs. And they were talking about how cranberries are like farmed, I guess. and they're grown in these bogs, and then they flood the bog, and then all the cranberries like come up, or I don't know, it sounded really interesting, and I was like, oh, I never knew that cranberries were harvested that way. So very random that this takes place in the cranberry bog. It's weird though. It says the staunch seasons of their lives are governed by a strict covenant that is renewed each generation with the ritual sacrifice of their patriarch, and in return the bog produces a bog wife. So they have this like relationship with this bog. It sounds very witchy and very interesting. Oh my goodness, I am excited for this one. I hope it's good. The bog wife, like, it's just so cool. I want to be a freaking bog wife. Okay, next is a book that oh my gosh, she's kind of thick. A book that I have been wanting to get for a while. I think I'm really gonna like it, and I actually get a lot of comments from y'all telling me that I need to read it because you think that I will like it. So when I saw that Book of the Month had it on their backlist, I had to go ahead and add it to this box. And I kind of, like I said, I had kind of like a spooky or like kind of magical theme to when I put together this October box this month. So the one that I got is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This is a very popular book. Like, I've heard so many people talk about this. This is really pretty too, the cover. I love the gold. This is about a woman who makes a bargain where she can live forever, but nobody will ever remember her. So she's always just forgotten by everybody that she meets, but then she eventually meets someone who remembers her. So it's like magical realism, historical as well. It says France 1714 is when it first starts. And it's so weird because I swear this is a movie, but it's called The Age of Adeline. It's like the same thing. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, but I watched that movie years ago and it literally sounds like the same thing as this. So is that like a separate thing, or is that related to this? I don't know. But it sounds like a book that's very up my alley, like one of those kind of like emotional, lit ficky, magical realism stories. So yeah, I am excited to give this one a go. Okay, next I got another kind of magical realism book, and that is Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. Now, I always hear just the best things about Adrienne Young's books, and I feel like I'm going to love her writing. I have one other book by her that I haven't read yet, which is The Unmaking of June Farrow. I hear so many people just absolutely love that book. So I really want to read that. I'm probably going to put that on my November TBR. I have high hopes for it. I think I'm really gonna love it. So when I saw that Book of the Month had this one as well, I went ahead and added it to my box. It says, from best-selling author Adrienne Young comes a deeply atmospheric story about ancestral magic, an unsolved murder, and a second chance at true love. I feel like whenever I read the synopsis for Adrienne Young's books, there's always like multiple things going on, and it's like, how are these, like when you read the synopsis for The Unmaking of June Farrow, it's like, how are all these things even happening in this book? But I'm sure that it makes for a really interesting story, and I'm sure that she ties everything together well. So yeah, really excited about that one. And then the last book in my box, I am so excited to read this one as well. Again, I've heard so many good things, and that is The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. First of all, stunning cover again. The colors are just gorgeous. I love that. So it says Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca in this debut supernatural suspense novel set in the aftermath of the Mexican War of Independence about a remote house, a sinister haunting, and the woman pulled into their clutches. Like, a lot of people talk about this one. Perfect book to add into my box for October. It's one that's kind of been on my radar for a while. So yeah, I just thought it'd be the perfect time to pick it up. So yeah, that is all of my books from my October box. Oh my gosh, look at them all. So many amazing picks. I'm so excited to read all of these. Okay, we still have 28 minutes on my defrost timer. So I thought that I would give you another fun update. So while I was living life on the couch last week, I decided that I would re-enter my crochet era. Can you believe it? I am actually crafting something. I'm crafting a garment for the first time ever, and yeah, I'm very proud, very excited, and yeah, I don't know, I can't believe that I randomly started making a scarf while I was sick. So in like the middle of last week, this is only like a few days ago when this all conspired, but I decided, why don't I log on to Skillshare, see what courses I have saved, and see what I can get up to when I'm just kind of, stuck here hanging out at home for the week. I saw that I had several crochet classes bookmarked, and I've said before, fall, winter, I want to kind of pick up where I left off with learning crochet last year. I didn't really I completed a couple of really small projects last year. Sorry, I'm trying to like tilt this down. What the heck? I completed a couple of really small projects last year, but I was just kind of like, learning about the supplies, learning some of the stitches, and just kind of getting my bearings that way. But now I'm obviously making something, which is really cool. So I ended up following a scarf tutorial for beginners on Skillshare, and Skillshare is actually kindly sponsoring this vlog, so thank you so much to them. I love Skillshare so much. I've been using them for honestly years now. They're just such a wonderful resource. I always learn awesome things on there. If you're not familiar with Skillshare, they are an online learning community geared towards creatives. So they offer tons of amazing classes that are led by industry professionals. They have just honestly like any topic you can think of, photography, illustration. They have courses on how to learn like various online programs, marketing, social media, film. There's just so many different topics. I've personally used Skillshare a lot as a self-employed content creator for anything from learning different softwares to getting productivity inspiration and tips, but I've also used it a lot to learn new hobbies like crochet. So they've definitely been a fantastic resource. I also, when I was first learning crochet last year, I took some classes on there as well. And now I'm doing this scarf tutorial. So the class that I'm currently taking is called Crochet Yourself a Cozy Scarf Crochet Course for Absolute Beginners by Marina Russo. And I've been really enjoying it. And I have so many classes bookmarked on Skillshare that I want to take. I really love that Skillshare is always improving. They've recently added smarter class categories. They also introduced 3 new class topics, and you can now find classes just by searching by software or material. They're also really great at recommending classes, especially if you're a new member. You can just fill in some of your interests, and then they'll immediately start recommending classes for you. I love Skillshare so much. I have so many classes bookmarked on my account as well that I want to take. So yeah, highly recommend them. If you're interested in checking them out, the first 500 people who click the link down below in my description box will get 1 month free trial of Skillshare. That's right, a 1 month free trial of Skillshare with the link down below in the description. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you just how good it feels to be getting my life together. Oh man, it has been in disarray. Okay. Oh, Bubba. We got a Bubba bear on the bed. We got a Bubba bear on the bed. Okay, I need to close the curtains. It's so creepy just like looking out into the void when I'm home alone too. Okay, I'm gonna put my mic on so that I can walk around. Boop. Yeah, I'm home alone this weekend. My boyfriend is gone surfing. Oh my gosh, there's a mess here from this plant. My boyfriend's gone surfing this weekend, so it's just me and Olive here, actually. And there's something kind of comforting about vlogging when I'm home alone. It's kind of nice to have someone to hang out with, you know? Okay, you can probably see on the screen the chaos at my desk. Oh yeah, you can see it. It's bad. It's bad. Oh, also, look at my little crocolocs. I got these little Halloween gibbets things. I'll put you upside down. There, can you see better? They're so cutie. These are like my slipper, my like indoor Crocs. I cleaned like the main part of my house today, like deep cleaned the sink and everything. And oh man, it just felt so good to do. Everything just feels like so disgusting after being sick. Because I obviously was not on top of cleaning. That was not my priority. So everything is out of control now. But we're regaining control. Slowly but surely. Okay, baby. Mommy's gonna need... Oh, thank you. Thank you, love. I literally love this blue-green bedding set so much. It's from Brooklyn, and I don't know if they sell this. Well, they might actually still have this pattern. But I really love, like, blue, green, teal right now. So, yeah. And this pattern, it kind of, you probably can't even see from where you are, but it kind of looks like little hearts. They're not, but they kind of look like little hearts. If you don't look too closely at it. What you doing? You move. What you doing? What you doing? Huh? Aww. I think she's wondering where her dad is, huh? You miss your dad and your sis? I know. We're out of our routine, huh, sweetness? Huh, Bubba? Okay, just move over then. Move over then, because Mommy's got to make this. Mommy's got to make the nest. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You go, honey. Okay, go over there then. Okay, I'm not putting this sheet on very deep because I cracked my nail last time. I don't care that much. It'll stay on. There, that's good enough for me. Okay, pillows. I'm not going to be using these blue ones. I'm going to use these green ones on the top pillows. Okay, change of plans because my timer just went off for 1 hour since we've left these cinnamon rolls out, and I really want to get these baking. Okay, so back to these. Let's see what it says. It says, oh my god, why didn't I preheat the oven while I was waiting? That's so silly. 350. It won't take long. And then it says remove plastic cover, done, tent lightly with aluminum foil. Tent lightly. Okay. I don't know what tent means. Like, just cover it lightly? I don't freaking know. I'm just gonna do that. Bake 30 to 35 minutes until light golden. Cool, spread preferred amount of icing on top, and enjoy. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for the oven to preheat and then we'll pop them in. Okay, are you getting whiplash? We're like going back and forth, back and forth. Let's go back to working on making the bed. Olive is like, what is going on, girl? What is going on, huh? Yeah, hi. Hi. The pattern pillowcases are gonna go on the bottom. And we get the bed to ourselves again tonight, girl. Me and you snuggling. Me and you snuggling, yeah. Yeah, she's in a really weird mood tonight, and I think it's because my boyfriend and Cadence are not here. And he also said, when we were talking on the phone, he said that Cadence seems depressed. Like, it's like they like when the whole family is together, the dogs. I guess I can maybe start giving my reading update right now. So I just saw my book sitting on my nightstand. So I read... Oh my goodness, okay, let me sit down for a second. So I read Coup de Grace. Oh my gosh, this is like so tilted. Okay, so I read Coup de Grace like a week ago now. I read it like right away. Remember, I was so excited. I was so hyped. It was being marketed as like, almost like a dark Piranesi, like horror, and for fans of Susanna Clark, blah blah blah. So I was like, this is going to be so up my alley, like all the things that I love, right? Canadian author, love it. However, I read it and kind of hated it, unfortunately, which nobody is more disappointed than me. And it honestly like pains me to say that because again, Canadian author, like I really just wanted to love this book. I like, and there's so many things that like the ingredients were correct, but the execution, the way the recipe came out, it was very incorrect for me. So my main issue with it was that I found it to be just very overwritten, and some of the overwritten in the sense of just constantly using obscure words, and doing that so much that it made the story hard to follow. And I saw reviews on Storygraph after saying this book reads like it was put through a thesaurus, and I was like, honestly, that is how I felt reading it. So I was really disappointed by that. And I'm not even somebody who hates flowery writing. Like, there's a lot of books that I love the flowery writing and like really descriptive prose and yeah. But this one, it was just honestly, yeah, it was just, I don't want to say it was bad, but it was kind of bad. It's kind of bad. Like, I have to be honest. I don't know. It seems like a lot of other people are loving it, so that's cool. But yeah, I was just left so disappointed because I don't know. I was just hoping that it was gonna be something really, and there were parts of it that I really liked, but just the writing just took me so out of the story. And then it was a weird one. It completely changed tones like 2/3 of the way through the book. And if anyone's read it, then you would know what I'm talking about because it like completely changes tones and starts reading almost like it's like a different story or something. I don't know, it's so weird. And there's a lot of like references to like not even, well, yeah, some pop culture and like internet things. And it had like a whole kind of like chapter that was talking about Elisa Lam, like the case of the woman from Vancouver who went to LA and she was staying in the Cecil Hotel, I think. And she was like found in the water tank, like this like horrendous story, which we've all heard. And I had like a whole thing that was like just explaining that whole story and like talking about that. And yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. It was just like some parts of the book seemed to read very straightforward, but then a lot of it was so obscure and it would like switch tones. And then it had like this weird kind of gimmicky ending. And yeah, it did leave me disappointed. So that's an unfortunate update for that book. But yeah, that's just how I felt. Okay, anyways, that was the only thing I really needed to sit down for. I knew I had thoughts on that one. But I am now, oh, the oven is preheated. Um okay, let's go put those stupid freaking cinnamon buns in. Actually, I don't even need to take you. I'll be right back. I'm literally just gonna put them in the oven. Okay, I just set the timer for half an hour for those, but yeah, currently reading We Used to Live Here, and I'm also reading a book on my kobo. So let me explain to you. I started reading We Used to Live Here, which I've been so excited to read. It's on my October TBR. So after I finished Coup de Grace, I was like, let me read We Used to Live Here because just based on everything I've heard, I was pretty confident that I'm going to love that book, and I still am very confident. I'm absolutely loving it. However, I'm not very far into it, and I kind of had to stop reading it, which is why I started another book on my kobo. But I was just feeling like, I told y'all last week, I was feeling like my mental health just kind of started to tank when I got sick. And I also just like, I feel like being sick, you're already in such like a weird mental state. Like, I don't know, it was just not the time for horror for me. So I just like, I don't know, I just felt too weird and like too just whatever. I don't know, I was too whatever. I didn't want to read the book. I just wanted something light and fluffy. And I also couldn't sleep only on the one night, thankfully. I always tend to get insomnia when I get sick, which is so annoying because obviously you need your rest, but I could not sleep one night. And it was like 2 a.m. I got up, and because I couldn't sleep, so I got up, I made myself a cup of tea, and the book that I was currently reading was We Used to Live Here. So I was like, surely I'm not going to be picking that up at 2 a.m. and reading that to like make me fall back asleep. So I was like, let me grab my kobo because it's just so nice reading on the kobo. Side tangent, but it's just like to be in bed reading on a kobo. You don't have to worry about having a light on or anything. So I was like, okay, I know I want to read something on my kobo, and I know I want to read something that's just like not spooky at all, just, relaxed, cozy, light, fluffy. Like those are the vibes that I'm looking for. So I looked at the books that I had on there, and I saw The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, I think, which is a kind of magical realism rom-com. And I was like, you know what, that's perfect. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. It should just be a nice, fun time. So I started reading that, and I read like 11% of it in the middle of the night that night. And since then, I've just been reading little bits of that. So that's the book that I'm kind of currently reading the most. I feel like I'm getting back into a headspace where I can read We Used to Live Here, but but I'm not reading it this weekend because I'm home alone. I draw the line there. I was thinking about reading it last night because I was like, oh man, I really want to continue reading that book. And then I was watching a booktube video just about somebody reading horror books and talking about the books. Like, I wasn't even reading the book myself, but just hearing someone else talk about horror books, I was already getting creeped out. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to be reading a horror book when I'm home alone tonight. So I just continued reading The 7-Year Slip, and that's what I'm going to be reading again tonight because this is my last night home alone. What's even going on here? Oh, I have this the wrong way. So yeah, that's my kind of long-winded reading update, but I'm loving We Used to Live Here from everything I've read so far. Like, I feel like it has the potential to be a 5-star for me. So I'm really excited to get back into that one. And I am enjoying The 7-Year Slip as well. It's like, it's kind of like, to me, it's reading kind of like just a typical fluffy rom-com. I like that it has a fun, magical realism component to it. So it follows our main character, Clementine, who has recently inherited her late aunt's apartment, and she's now living in it. And the apartment is magical, so you can actually time travel in it. So she has gone back 7 years, and it will kind of like switch up on you. Like, sometimes you'll walk in and it'll be like regular time, and then sometimes you'll walk in and you'll just randomly be 7 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm like out of breath. I'm talking so much and making the bed, and I'm friggin' congested still. Okay, so she gets booted 7 years into the past, and there's a man in her apartment who is staying there at the time because her aunt like subletted it or something. And obviously they fall in love, but they have this dilemma of it's 7 years ago. So in real time, she's like, he's probably like married with kids by now, like, and at least where I am, he doesn't know that it's this like situation, but she knows she's time traveled to 7 years ago, but he doesn't, at least as far as we know in the book so far. So yeah, it's cute, it's fun, I'm enjoying it. Is it anything like, I don't know, I'm just not obsessed with fluffy rom-coms, but I do enjoy them. They're not life-changing for me, but they are fun sometimes. So yeah, it's been a good, just kind of chill book to read for sure. I guess I'll just keep nattering while I finish this up. If you don't know what We Used to Live Here is about, the horror that I'm reading, it is about a couple who they buy houses and then flip them and resell them. And they got a really good deal on this like old house on this stunning property. I think it takes place in like Oregon or something. So love the Pacific Northwest vibes. Anyways, they buy this house, and they have just moved in. They're just kind of, getting things figured out, unpacking, and there's a knock at the door, and it's a family, dad, mom, and 3 kids, and they're asking to come in and see the house because the dad grew up there. He's saying like, oh, I grew up here. I really want to show my family this house. Can we come in and look at it? And our main character who's answered the door, whose name is, I can't remember her name right now, Eve, I think. I love that name, Eve. She just has a bad feeling about it. She's a very kind of like anxious person. It sounds like she has some mental health stuff. And which, I mean, you don't have to freaking have mental health stuff to be anxious about like letting a random family in your home. But that is like something that kind of continues through the book. Like I said, I'm not very far yet, but it kind of talks about, she's like referencing like back to therapy and just that she's a very like anxious, cautious person. So she's really uncomfortable with letting these people in, but she eventually caves and lets them in, and weird things start happening from there, and this family does not want to leave. So yeah, it's actually like kind of creepy. Like I was definitely getting creeped out reading it. Which obviously is why I'm not reading it right now. But yeah, I'm so excited to jump back into that one. I love horror, but not when I'm not in the headspace for it and not when I'm home alone at night. I hope you don't mind my nattering. I hope that you just need a body double right now. You can go about your business and just have me chatting in the background. By the way that I just put my duvet on, it's like one of the best things I've ever learned. It's called the burrito method. You can literally put that into YouTube, the burrito method duvet, and it's a super easy way to put your duvet cover on by yourself. Yeah, I'm literally like out of breath. This was not even like a chesty thing. Like it was very much a head cold. I did not like, I had a bit of a cough, but only when I was like talking a lot or ate toast. Basically, for some reason, bread I like could not tolerate at all, but it was mostly just head, like very stuffy, runny nose, sneezing. I like sneezed more than I've ever sneezed in my freaking life, like literally like 12 times in a row. It was insane. Nasty freaking head cold. You know, when you have to roll up pieces of toilet paper and put them in each of your nostrils just to exist. That was the vibe. Okay, so that's done. Oh, I'm so excited to get into this nice, clean bed tonight. Oh my gosh, I feel like my energy is really dwindling. And I'm feeling like I don't want to clean my desk up, but I really should. Ugh. What's a girl to do? What's a girl to do? Just gonna put this at the end. Only 10% battery remaining. Okay. 18 minutes. I thought they were gonna be almost done for some reason. I was only gone for 11 minutes. Anyways, I'm gonna shut this freaking camera off. It is telling me to stop yapping. I'm gonna charge it for a bit, and I'll see y'all when my cinnamon buns are done. Hello everybody, breaking news. I think that I am actually going to cook something tonight and I'm so excited about it. I think I'm gonna make chicken noodle soup for the soul, truly for my soul, because I have not cooked. Honestly, I don't even know how many weeks, but I haven't cooked in a long time, and it always just makes me feel so much better mentally and obviously physically to cook a nice meal. So I actually just went out to the garden. I still have tons of parsley growing, so I went out to grab some parsley for the soup, and I also grabbed some thyme. I still have tons of thyme in the garden as well. Went downstairs, got my soy curls from the deep freeze. And I actually ended up harvesting, this is my first time walking in the garden in probably a couple of weeks now, and it's just looking so crazy out there. I wish I would have brought my phone. I could have just showed you what's going on out there because it's very yeah, it looks crazy. But I had so many, well, I still do have so many jalapenos on my pepper plants, and I knew I just wasn't going to be able to harvest most of them because I was traveling, and I was like, well, I'll harvest them when I get back. And then I got sick, and now obviously it's cold temperatures, so a lot of them are just, you know, like, a lot of them are no good. But I saw that there actually was a lot of jalapenos that actually looked okay, so I ended up harvesting some jalapenos as well. So I'll show you what I got. Jalapeno haul. So these are all the peppers that I was able to, actually that's not even true. There was so many more that I was able to, would have been able to grab as well, but I kind of just grabbed the ones that, oops, there we go. I kind of just grabbed the ones that look the biggest, look the best, because this is already way more than I need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to chop and mince and slice. I'm probably just gonna, like, you know, chop these a few different ways and then freeze them for over the winter so that they're just ready to go and I can use these all year. So then I won't have to buy any jalapenos and they'll be my nice garden jalapenos. So how cool is that? I'm really excited that I was able to get some of these because I've harvested them throughout the end of the summer, but obviously there was still so many more. Like, I still needed to do my big harvest, so I'm glad that I was able to get a few, even though, you know, I wasn't super on top of it towards the end of the season. I'm still really happy with this. I was just filming for my main channel, doing some plant chores, so it's a bit of a mess out here I need to clean up. But my lettuce grow, it's actually just finished watering right now. But all of the seedlings have settled in super well. They look amazing. I'm so happy. Every time I look at these, like, it just makes me so excited. I love watching the butter lettuce grow because it grows from the center like that. It just looks so pretty. So yeah, everything is doing really, really well. Yeah, look at how dark this red bok choy is. It's so pretty. I'm really excited about that one. Wow, this lettuce has really exploded too. That is cool. So yeah, anyways, trying to enter back into my cooking era. I'm going to make a nice soup now. Hello, it is later in the evening. That was the best bowl of chicken noodle soup I've ever had. That has to be like the best batch I've ever made. And you know it's good because I don't even have my full sense of taste right now. I can mostly taste. I feel like it's mostly come back, but I still can hardly smell. Like my smell is probably still 80 to 90% gone, which is really annoying. And that's something that always happens to me. I've had it happen. This is the third time now that I've lost my sense of smell temporarily. But the first time it happened to me was in like 2018, and I lost it for 4 years. Can you believe? It did gradually get better, but it was like not right for 4 years, and I would have olfactory hallucinations, which I did not even know that was a thing until this happened to me. I remember when I used to work as a nurse in the hospital, I would talk with the other nurses about it, and we were all just like, it's so bizarre, like how that can happen. Anyways, side tangent. For some reason, my olfactory nerve seems to be like easily attacked. Anyways, can mostly taste, can't smell very much at all still. But even with my taste not being here 100%, that soup was so good. And then I was thinking, I was like, maybe it's actually not that good. Maybe I put like way too much salt or something, but I can't tell. Regardless, it was just, oh my gosh, it was truly chicken noodle soup for the soul. Like, I am not even joking. It was so freaking good. So, yeah, that really just made my whole evening. And I honestly, I feel correct now. I've had such a just nice evening. I made that dinner, watched some YouTube while I was eating, and then I cleaned up the kitchen. And then I ran a bath, and I had a bath, and I did some reading in the bath. I read my book, and then I got out of the bath and worked on some editing, which I just finished up. Well, I'm not finished with the video yet, but I'm calling it quits for the night. I just wanted to pop on, and let me see if I can set this down. Okay, this is not is not a very flattering angle, but I just wanted to update that I am back to reading We Used to Live Here. And oh my goodness, y'all, I fear that Marcus, my man, he really went off on this one. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. It's so good. It is like I can feel the anxiety of our main character. It is stressful. I do not know what the heck is going on. I am just over halfway through now, if you can see there. And when I flipped to the back of the book, I was checking how many pages there is. There's like just over 300 pages. And I saw the author. Okay, just wait. This is not working out. Look at Cadence. I've got both of these girls here. Cutie bears. Anyways, I saw the author on the back and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was reading his little thing. Look at that. He's from Vancouver. I was so shook. I always am just so shocked whenever authors are Canadian, like especially when it's like a buzzy book. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know, it just doesn't happen. Well, I mean, I guess it does happen more than I originally anticipated, because I feel like it happens to me a lot now where I'm like, oh my god, this author's Canadian, that's crazy. But when they live so close to me, like that's wild. So I thought that was super cool. I had no idea he was Canadian, let alone from Vancouver or lives in Vancouver. So yeah, really, really cool. Loving the book though, and I'm so glad that I was able to read it again today because my boyfriend is now back from his little surf weekend away. So I'm no longer scared to sleep at night, which is great. I did read that one in the bath though, and I am going to go back to reading The 7-Year Slip before I go to bed, just because, I don't know, that's just like a nicer book to read right before bedtime. So yeah, anyways, that's it. That's all from me for tonight. I'm going to be ending this vlog tomorrow so that I can get it all finished up and posted for y'all. But yeah, I feel like I mean, obviously every day I'm feeling a little bit better physically, which is great, but I also feel like I'm feeling a little bit better mentally as well. So yeah, that is grand. Okay, hello everybody. It is now the next day, and I don't really think that I have anything else to contribute to this vlog. Yeah, I've just kind of been back into the swing of things. I've edited and filmed today. I worked on a new kind of like work schedule that I'm going to be trying out. I'm always just trying to find ways that I can just make my life flow better and have better time management. So yeah, I kind of did some planning and brainstorming for that. And now I'm going to be spending the evening editing. I have a Patreon video and also this vlog to edit because those are both going to be going up. And I want to make sure that they do both get up. So that is what I'm going to be doing this evening. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm so glad that I'm starting to feel better now. I'm still congested though, like it's insane. I'm like, how freaking long is this going to last? Like, I'm ready to just be normal again. But yeah, slowly coming out of it, so thank goodness. I feel like vlogging also just makes me feel better. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but I tend to always just like feel better when I'm vlogging. So I don't know what that's about. Also, I realized that I didn't end up putting up my nail polish things. I'm just not gonna have time. I was hoping I would maybe be able to do it today, but I'm just not gonna have time to put up my nail polish organizer little shelves. But hopefully in the next vlog, I even went downstairs and brought up the level so that we could hopefully do it. But yeah, now that I'm kind of in catch-up mode and trying to get content edited and out and everything, yeah, it's been a busy past couple of days. So next time, hopefully. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Really hope that you enjoyed the vlog. Again, another huge thanks to Skillshare. My little scarf is still sitting here. I've just been working on it whenever I get a moment. Hopefully in the next vlog I will finish that as well. I think I'm gonna try, well, I have a busy weekend as well. I'm gonna try to set aside some time to really just try to finish that off because I'm super excited to actually complete that. So stay tuned, but really excited to be back into my cozy crochet era. How fun to be crafting something. So huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Don't forget, the first 500 people who click the link down below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Also, I think that you are going to get a vlog on Sunday. I'm going to try to get back onto my Sunday schedule here, so that's fun. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much for hanging out. All right, have an awesome day. Bye.